Howdy, and welcome to the Choose a Happy Day show, a podcast for women who want to up-level their life, manifest those dreams, and just live happier. If you have vision boards, love energy work, are into psychics, and feel you are meant for something more in this life, then this show is for you. Hi, I'm Lorraine Toth, an award-winning filmmaker, author, Reiki master, photographer, and creative genius who also loves to vision board. And I am here to bring you all of the tips and tricks to help you up-level your life. Now let's go and hop on that happy train. Know where to cut it? All right, everyone. So welcome back to the Choose the Happy Day show. Today we have a guest who I've been stalking and trying to get in the studio forever. Welcome, Lumi or Luminisa or however, or Lisa, right? You've got so many names.
Hi.
Hi. So can you tell my audience who you are and what you do? Because this fabulous, I can't even describe.
So, what do? I do everything.
You do. You're like me.
Yeah, everything, right? So I would say throughout my evolution of me, currently what I'm doing is, oh God, I'm doing so much. But anyway, one of the things I'm doing is content creation for weddings and small businesses and events. And that has transpired into something that I have been wanting to do for a very long time. I would say like 20 years more. And it's getting into cigar rolling.
Yes. So you just got back from the DR, Dominican Republic, where she was posting videos of actually rolling cigars, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So like I said, when I was like 20, I remember seeing it at a wedding and I was like obsessed. And I was like, oh my God, I got to do this one day. Fast forward, a good friend of mine, Louisa, she got me a little like class to practice some live cigar rolling. And then I couldn't stop doing it.
Oh.
So with all your manifestation stuff,
Yes,
I said to her, Louisa, I have no idea how this is going to happen. But it's going to happen. I am going to meet someone and I'm going to learn how to roll cigars in DR in the essence day after day. Fast forward a year later and it happened recently.
So you manifested this whole thing.
Totally. 100%.
All right. So since this podcast is big on manifesting, can you tell them, like, is there a tip that you can give them of how you did this?
You know, I was actually thinking about that recently. And I feel like because I have been working on manifestation for so long, like even before it was the cool thing to do, before social media, before all this, like I've been reading self-help books for like over 20 years. I just think the more you trust, the more you use your intuition, it happens. And also, I think it happens quicker.
Yes.
So
you get better, faster at manifesting the more you practice it, I feel, because of that law of attraction piece, right?
Yeah. And I think the practicing, which is people are like, how, it's just eventually you believe. You're just like, why not? Why? Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Like, so you spoke it aloud to Louisa and was like, hey, I'm going to roll cigars in DR.
Yes.
And a year later.
And I also think the key thing to that is people need to stop worrying about the how. How am I going to, how is it going to happen? Like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the how. Just know it's going to happen and just keep making strategic moves accordingly.
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah. So that's like one of the things we have. Well, we have a couple of things in common. So we both love cigars. So we're both women, in case you're listening and you can't see her. We're both women and we both love cigars, right? And we also both love solo travel. And that's one of my questions is just, can you speak on solo female travel and what you think this does for a woman?
So, you know, it's funny that you say speak on it, because the second you speak on it, God, the amount of fear people want to put in you is like, oh my God, are you sure? Oh, you're so brave. And I'm just like, I appreciate it's flattering, but
Mhm.
it's an automatic, like
Mhm.
it's rare that it's an embrace thing.
Yes.
Instead of like a go girl, like go
Mhm.
get it, blah blah blah. Like, um, it is empowering, and for me as a mother who it's hard to even hear your own thoughts sometimes.
Yes.
I think
I love that you say that.
I mean, it is. It's
Yeah.
like you have to fight to the
Mhm.
death to like, I'm like, wait, what
Yeah.
do I feel? What do I think? So the solo aspect is just incredible. Also, I will say this. I think naturally for me, it is easier in the sense that like I grew up like running the streets of New York City,
Mhm.
the Bronx, Brooklyn, all hours, like
Oh, yeah.
insanity. So
Mhm.
the reality is like I'm not walking around in fear. I'm not walking
Mhm.
around clueless to cultures and things.
Yes.
And it's that part of it is not a new
Mhm.
experience for me. The new experience is like going to the essence of what I have seen in New York, which is
Mhm.
amazing. But
Yeah, but there's power in like being okay with going to sit down with yourself at dinner, right?
I
And
was about to
everyone
say
else
that
is out in a
alone.
couple, but you're there by yourself,
Yes. And
right?
with that alone,
Mhm.
people, so many people are like, oh, I could never sit out at a dinner alone. I'm like, why?
Why?
But the question
Yeah.
is why are you not okay sitting with yourself?
Yeah.
There is something there.
Mhm.
You're scared of your thoughts. You're scared of your
Mhm.
feelings. And there's so many layers
Oh,
to all
so
these
many
things.
layers. Yes. But I,
But
I really feel like you and I resonate on that empowerment piece and just that love of travel and solo. And like we get to be pick our days, right? So you were where for 6 weeks?
I went to Vietnam.
Wow.
And then I went to the Philippines to go spread my father's ashes
Oh.
there because he has like a deep connection to the Philippines. He took
Mhm.
me there when I was little. That
Oh.
was an incredible experience. The amount of
Mhm.
symbols and things that were coming up in that was next level,
Mhm.
like unbelievable. And then I went back to Bali for the second time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's on my goal list. Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Because like in 2 days I'm leaving for a solo trip for a month in Costa Rica. But Bali is on my vision board, so it's going to
everything.
happen.
Bali is whatever, I don't care what religion, whatever you are, if you have a vision of heaven,
It's that.
I'm telling you now, it's heaven on earth.
So that's your favorite?
I mean, in the most, I don't know if I could say it's my favorite, but it is like the most peaceful, incredible. You can feel the ancient, like it's next level. It's crazy. It's so abundant.
Mhm.
It's so abundant. And what I love so much about it is nothing is imported there. When you're having a cup of coffee,
Mhm.
it's from there. You're putting sugar in it. The sugar is from there. Like
Yeah.
everything is from there. And
Mhm.
you see where we live.
Yeah,
Nothing's
yeah.
from here. And
So did you feel healthy eating and drinking there? Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
big time.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, I'm going to focus on clean eating. Like,
Mhm.
it's just automatic.
Yeah.
You're clean eating all day,
Mhm.
like for sure.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, it's heaven. Heaven.
All right. So my next question was, what is the number one roadblock you see in women or people with like their life upgrades or manifesting?
It is always like woman versus himself. Like it's always you
Oh,
versus yourself. Oh,
okay.
you are. I think that is first step, because I did spend my whole. I'm gonna be 40. I think I'm 42. I don't even know.
I love the
Yeah,
same thing. I don't even know my real age because I keep saying 29. But now my daughter turns 29 this year. So I'm like, I'm 29 with a 29-year-old daughter.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm 107. I don't even know. So I think I'm turning 42.
I love it. We are so alike.
And I remember, I've been a single mother since 23, pregnant at 22. So in essence, 22.
Mhm.
And I just, because I was raised super old school, I always was like, my motherhood came first.
Yeah.
It just automatically came first, even though I didn't have like a traditional way of bringing up my son, and it was totally on me.
Mhm.
That was really, really hard for me because, oh Lord, I'm getting emotional as usual.
Oh, I love that though. More women need to hear this.
So I just remember like friends of mine in my 20s and 30s being like, oh, I'm going here, I'm going there. And I'm like, and I just wanted to so bad. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
I cannot. I'm financially in not that space.
Mhm.
I do not leave my child with anyone. I
Yes.
can't, like, so it was really, really, really difficult for me.
Mhm.
And fast forward, I'm finally here. Like I'm finally
Like you're here.
I'm traveling. I'm
Yes.
finally traveling.
And pouring into your cup, right? It's your time, right?
It's huge. So I would just say, like, I don't know. At the same time, I think the residual thought process of that I had to let go.
Mhm.
I had to be like, Lisa, it's okay to do for you. It's
Yes.
okay to put yourself in the equation. And I
Mhm.
remember my friends being like, oh, I know you're a mother, but you can't put yourself on the back burner. And I'm like, honey, I'm not even on the back burner. I'm not.
You're not
on
even
the
on-
stove. I'm not even on the stove. I'm just in the kitchen working. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to be on the back burner. So even from me getting to the back burner, no, in the front pot. So yeah, it's just been a huge process for me. Huge.
Yeah.
But I think it's a lot of it is I've gotten out of my own way and
Mhm.
have believed I need to, I can, I should.
And you know that you are worthy. You're worthy of this.
Yes, and
right.
And it took a while. It took a while.
I completely agree.
Like you said, as a woman.
As a woman and as a young single mom, which I was as well. Yeah. But now it's our time to travel and have cigars around the world. Look out.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
wow.
All right. So my next question was, what are your tips to gain happiness daily? And is there a habit that you find that you use that gets you in a happier state of mind?
So I am a definite, like, the little things in life are everything to me. Like, oh God, I always get so emotional.
Oh,
I'm so
I
out of
love
control.
this.
I'm trying.
I feel like Barbara Walters now. You're the first person I've had cry on my podcast.
I cry all the time.
I feel so Barbara Walters right now.
Toughest softie. But yeah, I would say the little things I'm just so grateful for, like the smallest things. So I feel like always being grateful for those little things. And also, once again, like with traveling, like the first time I left the country, I went to Haiti and I went to go like work with kids and help them. And, I mean, when you see people with nothing, it's,
It puts it in perspective.
Yeah, it's just all a reminder. And then if you see, someone close to you pass away, like all of these things. So I just the smallest things make me so happy. I mean, of course, music is forever my first love. Having a strong relationship with my children, that keeps me super grounded. Like making sure I say to them, like, how can I be a better mother for you?
Oh.
Like, if parents ask that question, imagine if your parent, like my parents didn't say, how are you? Like, how are you? Like, so let alone like, oh, can I be a better parent for you? Like, so I just think those things are just what make my heart full. Also really helping people that don't have access. Like, yeah, like even though I may have issues with this country and blah blah blah, the reality, which is a whole other topic.
You and everyone else.
Yeah, hello. Yeah. The reality is we do have access.
Yes.
If we, you know what I mean, like though it's twisted, people can still come to this country and they can still have a dream.
Yes,
and it is the way to be an entrepreneur in this country. So the fact that we do have access, and in many places they do not have access, I just in any way I can help is like my joy.
Oh, that's a great way to bring happiness. So gratitude and giving back, right? To summarize it. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So your quote on Instagram, the only way it gets better for you is when you get better. Can you dive into that? Am I going to make you cry again?
Like disclaimer. Like I said, it always comes down to you.
Okay.
And I think even let's say you have a relationship, a friendship, whatever it is, and then you find yourself in maybe a cycle of a particular relationship, eventually you come to the point where you say, what role am I playing in this? A lot of people are like, they and who, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you have to get to the point where you're like, what role am I playing? Why am I attracting this?
Yes.
What is happening? What in my childhood thought this was okay, that it's still reoccurring, and for some reason I'm having a problem? Like, it's, I don't know. The bottom line is being conscious and being honest with yourself and being okay with the truth.
Yes.
And so I don't know.
I think that's great. And that's one of my favorite quotes by Deepak Chopra. Every relationship is a mirror onto ourselves.
Totally.
So maybe if someone out there is listening, you keep attracting someone who maybe is unfaithful, right?
Yeah.
Or something else. Is it maybe your childhood, right?
Yeah.
Or are you just feeling not worthy, right? And you're attracting someone.
But it's so funny because even I always thought I felt, I think maybe I thought I was worthy, right? Because I was always confident. I was always like, you can't tell me nothing about me.
I know.
Like, because I'm authentic.
Yes.
I think that was my thing. My whole life, middle school, where you're supposed to be embarrassed, I didn't give a damn. I was always authentic to me. You can say whatever you want. I have thick skin, whatever. But it didn't mean that I felt I deserve or I am worthy. So that's a whole other process within itself.
So that makes me wonder. So did you attract a mate now who is a good match because you had that talk with yourself?
So this is the longest relationship ever. He's my first true mirror in my life. Yeah, like when I'm like writing cards that are, and I'm like, mirror. Like he's a total mirror for me. But we've been friends for like, I don't even know, 12, 13 years, something like that. I can't recall, but like we were always friends. So we would always have really good conversations. But it's difficult because we're both very passionate people, heated people. So we can like go head to head for sure.
I can see it.
But we do talk and we do have really good communication. So he's a total mirror for me. I'm a mirror for him. And with us being together for so long.
How long?
Here we go with time,
right?
I'm like a dog. The dog comes
this is off script. We'll give her some leeway here, some slack. It's not a question on here.
When you come home with the dog, it can be 10 hours or 5 minutes and they're reacting just the same. I have no concept of time, apparently. We've been together, I think this summer will be 7. It's been 6 years. It'll be 7 years this summer, I think.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah. So,
wow, that is a long time.
It is.
Yeah.
So yeah, he totally mirrors me and I do the same for him, but we talk and that's the bottom line. Even if it's disagreements, we're still like, all right, let's figure this out.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. The communication piece.
For sure.
Oh, all right. So how do you brainwash yourself for success and destroy negative thoughts? You have a video on your Instagram by Dr. Joe Dispenza, who I love.
Yes.
So do you apply that to your life?
I force feed myself.
Okay. So can you break it down?
Shovel it down.
Like, let's baby bird this to them.
This to me is like everything.
Ugh.
Because, man, I remember when I was 7, this is strange. I never, ever, ever, ever read a full book from beginning to end until I was like 18 years old. I left high school. I just remember being like, you're having a test on chapter 4. And I'm like, all right, chapter 4. And I'm okay, I passed. Cool, good. Then I started really getting into self-help books and all kinds of things. And I noticed that I left my house at 18 as well. I was like, I don't even care if I have to couch surf. I was just like that. Even as a child, I was like, I can't wait to be an adult. I want to be on my own. So I remember being like, I have to re-raise myself right now. Because I was raised in such an old school, traditional Italian family that this is right, this is wrong, this is blah, 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 da, 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 like all these rules and regulations. And I was like total free spirit, hippie, dippy, just want to be barefoot, running, but so I remember being like a kid and being like, no, I don't agree.
That doesn't work for me. Yeah.
And whatever. So I just remember being like, I have to re-raise myself. I have to reprogram my mind.
Okay.
So, forever later, I kept reading, I kept doing all these things. And I would say a huge thing that changed my life is, this is how much I'm into reprogramming my mind. I started listening to 8-hour affirmations.
8 hours? Wait, 8 hours a day?
I go to sleep to that.
Okay.
So I would go to sleep to them.
Mhm.
Actually, her name is Jessica Heslop.
Ooh, I've not listened to
Oh
her.
God Almighty! When I mean
Ooh.
she is a game. You could pick whatever topic you're
Mhm.
struggling with, and what's incredible is she does hers where she says, I am, blah, 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 I am,
Mhm.
or she says, you are, blah, 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 you are. And I'm getting emotional.
Oh, I'm going to make her cry
I
again.
would always choose the you are because it was like, that's what I needed to hear
Yeah.
from my parents.
Oh.
So I needed
yeah.
to hear you are XYZ. You are like, I didn't, because I felt, I know
Mhm.
I am.
Yeah.
I know I am.
But you needed to hear it.
Yes, I needed that
Yes.
confirmation.
Oh,
So
love
I
that.
would like go to sleep to this. And also because I was such a terrible sleeper, especially if I
Mhm.
had anxiety, I'd be like tossing, turning up, go back to sleep. And when I would get up, you know, I would hear it, and then it would just absorb it, and I would go back to sleep.
Oh.
But yeah, so I really think even sleeping, because your subconscious
Mhm.
is everything.
It is, yes.
Your subconscious is everything. It's how you're wired. It
Mhm.
is how you are wired. I don't care how, oh, I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work. But how is your brain working off the
Mhm.
bat? I would say that has changed my life. Also, the other thing is, for some reason, I'm using dog references again. But,
Okay.
you know, when like, it literally, you have to Cesar Milan yourself. I swear to God, if you are like, oh, I'm anything negative.
Mhm.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Let's rewrite
Yeah,
that.
we're
Let's
not-
rephrase
yeah,
that is
like,
what I say to my
yes,
clients. Yeah.
I don't want, no.
Mhm.
Fill that up with something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Change your wording.
Mhm.
Or I can't, or I'm broke. I remember like I was broke.
Yeah.
Broke. I couldn't do nothing. I can't, I have no money. I can't.
Mhm.
But even if you're just like, that's not really in my budget right now.
Right.
You know, like
Yes.
even it's changing words,
Mhm.
and
I'm allocating my funds somewhere else
like
just to buy ramen noodles,
it
but
is
they don't need to
part-
know that,
no,
right?
and
Yeah.
it is part of rewiring your
Yeah.
brain.
Which
It
is Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Oh God,
Yes.
he's everything.
Oh.
He's like the guru of like, yeah.
So did you read his books or just find him on YouTube and then help and apply it?
Both. Everything, every possible,
Mhm.
everything. I literally, it's bad. It's bad. How
It's
about
not
that?
bad because I do the same.
Yeah, I force feed myself
Yeah,
these things
yeah.
because I can't be a woe is me.
Mhm.
And my life has not been easy.
Yeah.
Nothing has been given to me,
Mhm.
nothing. So if I want to succeed, I need to prevail in every single way.
Yeah.
So
See, that's the young single mom, right? Like we got to
Mhm.
step up and show up
Yeah,
for ourselves.
for
Oh,
sure.
I love, that we resonate so much. All right. So the last question is, do you manifest? And if so, how? And do you set clear intentions for what you want in your life?
You know, it's interesting about the clear intention thing because I've heard so much like, oh, the universe responds to clarity. And like, I don't know how much I believe that, but I do know that every single day, randomly throughout my day, I pray, and I heavily prayed. I speak to my ancestors.
So like spirit guides, do you say it aloud or just in your head?
Yeah, sometimes I'm totally talking out
Okay.
loud. And I'll say this every single time I feel like when my grandma passed, my grandfather passed, my uncle passed, my dad passed. And I would say since my dad has passed, I just feel like it's another force that is working for me in the
Yes.
spirit side
Mhm.
that you cannot do here. I'm
Right.
like, I felt like there were certain things he couldn't do here. Maybe he didn't even understand
Mhm.
because of his way and his mentality. But then when you cross over and you like release all these like human like weird things and you just see things for what they are, I just really believe the faith and the honor that I do give my ancestors and like even my great grandmother who came over on a boat. She's a whole story. Like I always like I recognize them and I feel because I give such praise and thanks to all of the women in my lineage that did not have a voice, that did not have their own money, that did not, were just mothers and just, you did what you had to do. And I said to myself, I don't even know how I could sing. Where'd that come from?
Oh,
like all these things that I have, I'm just like, how many women in my family probably had this and had that, but guess what? They were just a mother and a wife.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
You broke those chains.
Yeah. So
you freed yourself.
I'm just on like a huge mission to like be their voice,
Mm-hmm.
live the life they couldn't have lived.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like because I always, I don't know, like show up for them and that life is working out for me. I really do.
Oh.
And the reason why I'm so sure of that
Mm-hmm.
is I'm so in tune with everything around me.
Mm-hmm.
It's endless, the amount of signs, the amount of numbers, the amount of work.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I went to Italy, the building I was at said Lorenzo. That's my son's name.
Aww.
The church across the street said Ave Maria. That was my dad's favorite song that I used to sing for him. Then I went to the next town and it said, I was going to Matera, where my family's from. And it said Via Dante. That's my other song.
Yes.
Like there's just a million. It's constant. So even on my solo travels, that was my first solo travel. I'm just constantly.
You got the signs.
Yeah, constantly. It's constant.
Yeah.
Because I'm so in tune with it.
Mm-hmm. I am the same way, which is why I got a heart tattooed on my arm, because like hearts are my yellow brick road. So heart shapes show up and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to go this way, or I'm supposed to do that. But back to the spirit guide piece. I've recently started saying to my spirit guides, you have my permission to guide me, so they can like show me the way. And I feel like I'm tapping into it more now that I've given them permission.
I love that you said that, because I always have things I use a prayer box. I write things down. I put it away. Like I just do so much. I've been doing it forever. And my most recent prayer has been blow my mind.
Oh,
blow my mind. I want to be blown away constantly. And it's been happening.
It's been working.
It has been. I'm not like, oh, can I have like, because knowing me, I play safe. Not safe. I don't want to say safe.
You don't seem like you play safe.
I don't play that damn thing safe. You're right. But maybe smaller, because I'm like, oh no, I don't deserve that. You take it, or oh here. Like I'm like, no, you do deserve it, because if you do well, you're gonna make sure everybody else does well, and that's where your heart is. So you know.
All right. So can we break it down, like digest it for them, so they have some key takeaways? So you say it aloud to your spirit guides. Like,
wait, you have to repeat the question, because I'm
so like you talked about your prayer box and then talking to your spirit guides. So can you tell them exactly how you do it?
I think it is a lot. Yeah, there's so many levels. One thing I do is, I've been doing this forever. I have this box that for some reason, I found it one night, and I was like, oh, I love this. I want to write prayers in it and put it in there. I've been doing it for, once again, over 20 years, and I write and I put it in there and I leave it. And then without fail, a year, 2 years, whenever I decide to open it, you better believe every damn thing on that list I could check off.
Okay. So to clarify for them listening, it's a prayer box. So do you write down a wish, or like something you want to manifest?
What I want in my life.
Okay, so it's not a prayer like, Holy Father, It's more like something you want.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Something I want to manifest, something that I want to call into my life. I write it down.
Okay.
Whether it's like, I want to be in the best shape of my life. I don't even know, whatever it is at that time. I want to have a healthy relationship with my, significant other. I don't even know, anything and everything. I want to leave the country
for 6 weeks and by myself.
Hello.
Okay, your wish is granted. Yeah.
So
I do the same thing, but mine's called a creation box, and it came from the book Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So they call it a creation box. So you write down whatever on piece of paper, whatever you want to manifest. You put it inside the box, and as you're putting it in the box, you say whatever is contained in this box is.
Yes.
So you're telling the universe, this is truly.
It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. But also, even when I was like a kid, like really young, I remember going outside and I remember looking at pictures at a time in my life that I hated, and I would like burn them. And I would do things intuitively. My whole life, super intuitive. Like I said, before you could even ask Jeeves about it.
There's people listening that have no idea what you're talking about. The 20-year-olds have no idea.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's how, you know what I mean? So, everybody, like, I always worked with the moon.
I love the moon. Yes.
One thing that I do with the moon is with a new moon, I would always keep like a bowl or a glass, and I would write down everything I want to manifest in that new moon cycle. And I would fold it up and I would put it in the bowl of water, and I would put it by the window, and I would allow the water slowly evaporate.
Yes.
So I'm just making sure that it's going into the universe as well. So that's one way that I like to do my new moons. And then full moons is a release. So I'll write down what I want to release and I burn it.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I do the same thing with flying wish paper is what it's called.
Yeah.
You write it down and then it goes up into the sky and it disintegrates. Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I've just, it's all the things.
All the things. You do all the things.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there was one clear key takeaway you could give them, what would you be your thing? You only can give them one thing to do. She's got a page of notes. So I'm going to let her reference that.
Let me look at this note.
So you're trying to help them. What is the one key thing that they should do?
Oh God. Well, I don't know everything. Even like manifestation boards. I've been doing that forever.
The vision boards kind of. Yeah.
Even vision boards. Like now, because it's fast forward, it's always my screensaver. My vision board is my screensaver.
Okay. That's a really good one.
Oh yeah.
So whatever you guys are trying to manifest, put that as your screensaver because you're looking at your phone like hundreds of times a day. Yep. So that's constant reinforcement.
And once again, exactly. And it's even subconscious. It's even subconscious.
She's looking at her notes, guys, for you also, listening.
You reminded me of what do I do to stay happy? And I just remembered.
Oh, good. Yes, please tell them.
Okay.
Yeah, because we need to help them be happy.
I would say, because we're talking about the phone, since I left home at 18, I've never had a TV in my home ever since.
Really?
Yeah, I do not have a TV.
I
raised my kids with no TV. So I am just super duper conscious of because I'm so empathetic. And because if you're feeling something, I'm feeling it with you. And it took a long time, once again, to make myself, I don't have to carry what you're carrying.
Yes.
So I'm very conscious of my Instagram feed, what I'm taking in constantly.
Oh, I love that because I refuse to watch the news or my feeds, I filter out politics and all of the news and the bad stuff. I'm like, to me, that's bad black energy, dark energy.
And a good thing with that is I know a lot of people that cut off, they're like, oh, I'm taking a break from Instagram or whatever. And I'm just like, well, first of all, why are you not blocking or deleting whatever's triggering you? Yeah. But also another good trick, if you want to take if you want to be more conscious of that, instead of clicking, why did I just click that? Just move it off of your screen. Just put it on a different screen. So you have to take a couple extra steps.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
To
access it. Yeah. But there's an algorithm there, right? So if they're seeing things that are triggering them, let's look at what are you looking at? She's looking at her notes, guys.
I don't know.
We just want that one little golden nugget so they can know and live a happier life.
So much. I just think,
All right. So while she's looking at her notes, I'm going to plug her for you. So they can find you on Instagram. You've got a couple Instagram feeds, right? One is your personal life. And then the other one is.
So it's Luminisa, Luminisa. And my business is Luminisa Lifestyle.
Okay.
And then, my YouTube is Luminisa Lifestyle. I mean, anytime you type in Luminisa, Luminisa, which you can't find it anywhere else.
Yeah. Your Instagram, I love watching your videos of your trips and stuff like that. And especially the ones with the cigar rolling. Oh.
Thank you. And P.S., the whole thing with Luminisa came about forever. I was 17 or something. And I, through my singing, and someone was like, what do you want your stage name to be? I was like, I don't know. So then, and I always was told, why are you such a bright light? You're such a bright light. So I was like, Lisa. And then I was like, Luminous. And then I was like, Luminisa. Lisa. Luminous Lisa.
Hey, there we go. Or Lumi for short, right? Lumi.
Lumi is light.
She's still looking at her notes for those of you listening on Apple and Spotify.
I gotta be honest. I just feel like for me, because of the fact that, what is the word I'm looking for when you have a lot of challenges in your life?
Hardships. You've had hardships?
Well, but I've always had to come up on top with all of them. And what has kept me through everything is figure it out. And I've always figured it out. Yes. So with that, I don't know. It's so difficult for me to pick one thing because I've done so much. I've had to do all the things.
Yes.
I've had to sleep to 8-hour affirmations. I mean, you got to do whatever you, okay, you know what the key is?
Yeah, what's the key?
Do whatever you have to do.
There you go. She's very emphatic for those of you listening right now and not watching YouTube.
That's do what you gotta do. Do whatever. The writing that's not working. Okay,
Yeah.
like you, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And you know what though? Ask yourself.
Mhm.
Sit with yourself.
Yes.
Like, what do I need?
Mhm.
What do I need? What will make me happy? You better believe you're gonna get that answer.
Yes.
You can't convince me you're not gonna get that. Then you're not listening to yourself.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah,
You know. Don't
you know.
ask your friend.
That girl knows.
Don't ask nobody.
Mhm.
Ask yourself.
Yes.
And I'll bet anything that you have the answer. And you just need to listen and
do
your
it.
intuition. And that's it.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it is also different for everyone. So I think my answer is ask yourself.
Ask yourself.
Ask yourself and listen to yourself
Mhm.
and take action.
Mhm.
Take action. Because if you don't take action, you're going to be doing the same thing over and over. And woe is me. and
Woe is me. You're just going to be rewriting and replaying that same chapter of your life over and over again until you change the story. Change the story, change your life, right?
Yep.
All right. I think that's a great way to end this. It has been such a pleasure talking with you. We have so much in common, even more than I thought.
This is like, I could talk about this for forever. So
I kind of want to keep talking to see if you cry some my heart. I just feel this is like living my Barbara Walters dreams.
We can do it again.
Yes, we will. We will, because we're going to need to talk about more solo travel because by the time I get back from my month-long Costa Rica trip, and I want to, we got to have cigars together.
I'm down.
It's going to happen. All right. Well, thank you, Luminisa, Lisa. We will link her feed in the show notes so you guys can find her and watch her on YouTube and Instagram. She's fascinating. And even just your fashion, like for those of you listening, she is like kind of, I called you what, mob wife style when you walked up, but she's so fabulous.
I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And remember, happiness is a choice. So choose a happy day. Bye. Thanks so much for listening. To stay connected to me, please visit my website at chooseahappyday.com. And at the bottom, just sign up for my email list to be notified of any upcoming events, book launches, as well as new podcasts. Until next time, have a happy day.